Good.
Hey, welcome to the Hellion Rocks. We are honored tonight to have Scattered Hamlet's very own guitar wizard, Redd the Texas Yoachum. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, how you doing, James? Good to talk to you again.
Yeah, man. We're excited. We're gearing up to hear the brand new record, Skeleton Dixie. Tell us about that.
Oh man, it's definitely a pretty packed record with a lot of energy in it. Really raw, no gimmicks, nothing we can't pull off live. It's got a lot of diversity to it. A lot of songs that range from the heavier side to definitely a little lighter on the more melodic side and everything, and it's great. The best way I can wrap it up is there's something in that album that everyone can find to enjoy and be a fan of.
One of the cool things that I'm can't wait to check out about this record is the lineup seems a little solid. You guys had some time to write together. The last record a little bit time ago, wasn't it? It was a couple of years back. So this is a fresh.
Yeah, that last one's before me. Yeah.
Yeah, impactful record. I can see the energy from the stage shows that I've seen. A couple of the tracks that are going to be on there, I've seen them live, and I think it's just going to come together and be a kick-ass record that is going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. And kind of like you were saying, a lot of that has to do with just the guys who recorded on it. The lineup now, it's just we got such a good feel for touring all of that time together. We got a good feel for playing with each other and knowing, kind of where we're going to go with ideas and how to kind of lock up and give it our own little twist on it. A lot of these songs were, written before most of us were around on this lineup, and we just took them to our own level, took them to where we wanted them to go with our own spin that, it's not just, a band playing, what was already presented to them. We kind of took, the concepts and the ideas and the rough drafts and made them our own. It's been a lot of fun, and a lot of that's attributed to being on the road together, battling it out, rehearsals together, sitting down and saying, here, we got a song, but, what should we do to it? How do we make it ours? So it came out very raw, just came out us, and that's the best thing, that's the proudest thing about it. We really enjoy it just because it was us going at it and making a record, so it was a blast.
That's one of the things that I thoroughly enjoy about Scattered Hamlet is the fact that, you guys get together and it's not all perfect and pretty. It's loud, raw, rock and roll in its pure form as it's meant to be. And I think that a lot of that kind of raw rock and roll is lacking in today's industry and a lot of today's bands. I'm grateful that you guys have been able to pull that off like you do, and the chemistry you have is amazing. Amazing live.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. There's nothing pretty about it. It's definitely the drive that we have to go out and do this. You don't see a lot of bands really going out and putting their necks on the line and saying, this is what we have to offer. We want you to be a part of it, and going out on the road like this. And it's a lot of fun getting out there and just kind of thinking, all right, this is how music was done. All the bands that we love, they had to do this. They had to be on the road. They had to find fans and had to connect. So it's really, it's us doing what we've always wanted to do, idolizing and looking up to those guys, the guys in Zeppelin and all the bands from that era, Guns N' Roses guys and everything. So I'm just getting fans and, giving, not so much as it's not selling a product, it's selling a piece of you. So, we got a great group of guys to hit the road and do that. And, we have a fan base that's a lot of fun. We always make sure to stick around and hang out with them because they're pretty comical and enthusiastic people.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I talked to Joe the other day about this, and the fact that you guys come in and you guys make it a point to talk and let the people know that hey, this is who we are, this is what we do. You don't come into a venue and go hide in a corner like some other bands do. You're part of the show. You check out the other bands that are playing. And that I think allows the people. You're a people's band, and that makes it cool.
Yeah, we like people. Like, we're all very social guys. We like to go out to the bars. We like to meet people. We like to just always try and find something in common, something to latch on to, and, have conversations with people because it's fun to us. And, we always like to stick around and watch the other bands if we're not in a crunch to get off to another show, get there early enough to see everyone, because we also, we love music. We love going to shows. We love doing everything that is music, and seeing a local band play somewhere. We've had guys just blow us away with just amazing talent, and just we've made a lot of friends on the road through sticking around, checking out their bands, listening and having a good time, then hanging out with them afterwards. A lot of friends and everything, and the fans that like to stick around, we want to talk to you. We're not just trying to sell you our merch or do anything like that. We want to actually talk to you because it's very interesting finding out, how'd you get into rock and roll? It's the real things that we love, seeing other people with our interests. I want to find out who's your favorite band, what guitar player, what song, what solo, what singer do you think is the most powerful? I love having those conversations, and that's what our fan base really is, people who love to just talk rock.
That's cool. That keeps you grounded. It keeps you in touch with your fan and your, dare I say it, customer base. That gives you the chance to see what they're looking for, and maybe, you can bring that to them. That's a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's all, it's all an adventure, and, you never know who you're going to meet. I've made a lot of great friends on the road, a lot of people that just are a blast, start coming out and seeing us more and more, and then, the longer we've known them, like you, man, we always have new stuff to talk about and old stories to tell. So there's, we'd like to get to the point with fans where we could sit down and drink a whole bunch of beer and just have stories and jokes and times in the past, just because, we like to go talk and interact and have them be a part of what we're doing, and we want to be a part of what's going on in their lives too. Just a blast, just having a lot of fun all around.
Yeah, that's awesome. One of the things that really, really impressed me with you is I know you're in your 20s. You play guitar. You play guitar like the guitar gods are watching over you. I see I see so much of the old players that I grew up listening to. I'm an old fart, and I see a lot of the guitar people that I grew up, the guitar gods, the guitar wizards that I grew up listening to. I see a lot of you. A lot of them in you, and it blows me away that, that you're playing the style of music that you play, and you're the age you are. And, how did that all come to be?
Oh, that's honestly, that's my dad, really. He was definitely a very big driving force in kind of introducing me slowly over time to the right band. He did it very creatively. He waited till he thought, I was ready to go to a different type of sound. I didn't really get exposed to Sgt. Pepper until I was almost like a teenager, probably like 12 or 13. He wanted to hold that off, not to just throw it at me and have a chance for me getting weird. He held off on Zeppelin because I didn't grow up with any of these bands on the radio, nothing we listened to. I grew up in a small town in North Texas. It was, funny enough, it was either you listened to country or you listened to rap. There was like no in between. So I didn't have this whole encompassing, look where music actually came from kind of perspective in the rock and roll. So most of that, my early days, came through my dad. And at the same time, he was always such a fan of the guitar players in the bands, and he would always, he always has his favorites, and he'll do the fun arguments about who he thinks, Eddie Van Halen or Jimmy Page kind of stuff. And I got into that when I was young, so, a lot of that's contributed over to him, and it's just kind of been, he did it the right way, so it got me exposed to music correctly, and, there was no looking back when I got my hands on Zeppelin 4, that was game over.
Right. I know that one of the things that I've noticed in the several times I've seen you guys play, you're not up there just playing, you feel the music. The music comes to you. I've heard the same song several times, and one of the things I think is so cool is it's not, it's the same song, but you play it with different feelings. I can tell your emotions in there, and it just makes for a great time to see the songs played live.
Yeah, it's one thing that one reason a lot of these guitar players, certain guys will grab you is, it's the ability to really take it as kind of an extension of yourself, a microphone in a way, a voice that you have, and you play, it's a very sensitive instrument. You play with your feelings, and especially with this kind of music that we play, the energy is, it's always there, but it's not always the same energy. It comes from different places, and you get up there and you play, and, not to use the cliche statement, but, you got to play like it's your last chance to ever get up on stage. That's one way I like to look at it. So I like to make sure that I'm always up there and I'm always leaving it all out on the field, to use another cliche statement. But, I really just, I enjoy having that platform, and I use the hell out of it. I love to get up there on stage.
Yep, that's cool. Scattered Hamlet as a whole, I've seen them play in front of a larger crowd. I've seen them play in a smaller crowd, and regardless of crowd size, the show is there, the performance is there, and you guys are playing like you're playing at the LA Forum. I mean, that I think is a cool damn thing. That you're giving the people the money, and I think in doing so, people are going to go, God, these guys were kick ass. They're going to tell their friends the next time. So I think that's an awesome way. I've seen a lot of bands get up there and go, oh shit, there's only 10 people. Oh well, and they give a half-ass performance, and that reflects back. Not Scattered Hamlet, but you guys kick ass.
Yeah,
I'm not just saying that.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. It goes back to just all the stories. ZZ Top's played to a bartender before. All that stuff. We really just love playing, and we're a close-knit group of guys. A lot of joking going on, and if we're going to get up and play a show, we're going to play a show. I don't care how many people are there, if anyone's there. I mean, we rehearse with a lot of energy. It's very active and it's fun. Just the group of guys help us take off to that point, no matter where we are, how many people, and it's a lot of fun playing every single time we get on stage. So we're going to put on a show. And, hey, if you're there and you paid money to see us, we're putting on a show. I don't care how many people paid to see us. You came out of your way because you wanted to see us put on a show, and that's what we're going to do. And we do it every show. That's the biggest promise in the band. We will always put on a big show for you.
And right there, that's the heart of rock and roll. Getting back to Skeleton Dixie, the Skeleton Dixie record, it's a full-blown record, right? You guys had an EP out. Now you've got an 11-song record, right? What drove you to put out a full-blown record?
Well, we thought about doing another EP and thought, try to figure out, how should we do this? We had a lot of material. We were thinking maybe split it up or something like that, but, really it came down to, we've been out on the road for so long. We've been working with these songs for a long time. The core of the band's been together for a good time now. That was the next step, take it to the next level. EPs are, you release your EPs to kind of get some, it's a first step before you go to that album, especially today in music. And, we said, we're going to find a way to get this done. And so we want to take it to the next level. We want to have our full length, it adds a little more legitimacy to what we're doing as a band to have that, especially with these guys. This is our record. This is what we did. Here's the real, full-time product, not just a few songs here and there. Like we wanted to do the full package, just like all the other bands. You go and buy. So you used to go and buy CDs, grab a physical one, or you go on and download an album, however you want to do it. We wanted to have that. We had the material, and it was a great decision on our part because now we've got so much of it recorded and just it's awesome. It's about ready to be finally out there and released. So I can't wait. So having the album just it makes you feel really good as a band when you finally you always talk about it, and we finally got it done. So we've been feeling pretty pumped up and excited and can't wait to get out there and let people know what we got.
Yeah, kudos for that. And how much hand did the band have in the production side? Did you guys just lay down the tracks and give it off, or what was the story behind that?
Yeah, we mostly mostly produced it our own, and you know, a lot of times, you know, working with a producer can mean different things in different genres to a degree, but we've been playing with these songs for so long, and we played so many of them live so many times that the production was kind of done over the years, and, you know, kind of how the songs go and arrangements and everything like that. So really, the only kind of production that was done in the studio was just little things, you know, working on, you know, guitar parts, you know, here and there, or, you know, should we do backing vocals here or not? Let's record it here and stuff like that. So we were able to kind of go in and do it on our own instead of having, like, you know, a producer come in and, you know, take a band and put out an album, you know, a whole different thing. And we had all the guys that worked with us over at Valley Heart Studios, Brandon, Jimmy, and Claudio. They would kind of help throw out ideas and put stuff together. And we had Jay over at Perfect Sound, Jay Donahue, come in and you know, mix it for us, and there's a little production and tricks there, but most of it was really us putting out the album that we wanted to hear. So that was a lot of fun. That was a really good thing, really good feeling to listen to it now and be like, yeah, that's pretty much just us doing it as far as the major decisions on how the songs go and everything with the album.
I think that's a cool thing that happened there, because you know, so many times you heard in the past that, you know, people aren't happy with how it turned out because they had other hands involved, and, you know, it just makes me excited to see the fact that you guys kept your hands in it the whole time.
Oh, definitely, yeah. That's one of the horror stories about, you know, getting someone behind you, some money behind you, or getting signed or something like that. Is having a producer in and taking away from everything that you did that got you recognized in the first place, you know. So we fortunately we all have, you know, our sound. We all know what we want to hear, and we were around a great group of guys to get the whole thing recorded, you know, from tracking drums with Mike Bowden to having it mixed with Howie Weinberg, just all across the board. You know, enough people, you know, kind of had their input and their opinions and their views all very well respected. So, you know, it was great to do it on our own instead of having, you know, maybe a record exec or someone kind of breathing over your shoulder and saying, no, you know, this isn't commercial enough, or, you know, it's not poppy enough, or how are we going to get that on the radio? No, we put out what we wanted to put out, and that, you know, that's the CD coming out is just us. You know, it's just us.
Nice. So out of those 11 tracks, I know you guys are going to probably hit the road to support this. And out of those 11 tracks, are you going to incorporate the majority into the new set, or are you going to keep a good mix going on? Or what's the plan for the set list?
You know, that's kind of the funny thing, because pretty much if we do have a set list on stage, it's on a bar napkin that we had just grabbed. You know, we never really know. We never, you know, we just kind of throw it together last minute. A lot of this will be focusing on the new album, just because that's what we want to play. You know, that's the stuff that we're just really driving on and loving right now. But, you know, we were going to mix in the other ones, play the crowd. We call audibles on stage. You know, someone will say, you know, make a last minute decision. You know, a bunch of stuff. So I honestly couldn't tell you what the set list is going to look like. It's going to be different every night. I know it. It always is. So, you know, depends on who's there.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things I know you guys have done. I've actually seen you guys take a bar napkin and go, okay, we're going to play this. I thought that was very cool. You know, you feel the crowd and do what you want to play. I know. Hopefully, you're gonna play some of the standards. You know, there's songs that are really partial to some of us. You know, Hell Riders.
Yeah. Every time you're around, we'll make sure to have that in there. Yeah, and we're of course gonna, you know, play the older ones, because that's where pretty much everyone that's a fan of us now, that's why they're a fan. You know, they've seen the show and they've gotten the EP and they've downloaded, you know, little songs here and there, and it's, you know, that's you can't just completely forget about that stuff. So it will be worked in, of course, and that stuff is a blast to play. And we've been playing it so long, the songs just keep kind of growing, and, you know, not going too far off of how they originally were, but definitely leaves, room for improvising last-minute stuff just because we're so comfortable with them. But, yeah, they're not going away. We'll keep playing them for you, James.
Nice. So Skeleton Dixie coming out real soon, guys. I know you're going to do the digital thing. You're going to do the physical copy, have them available at the shows.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be touring. Make sure. I know we're fortunate. I'm going to be seeing you guys in a few weeks here in New Mexico. So all you guys out there listening, catch
we're playing
Scattered Hamlet.
Malarkey's. Oh, yeah, Malarkey's again over in Albuquerque. So I can't wait for that date. That's March 1st.
Yep, March 1st coming up. Do yourselves a favor. I Scattered Hamlet, they mean a lot to me personally. These guys are great guys, become friends of mine. They're family. That's the kind of vibe you get with this band when you guys go see Scattered Hamlet, talk to the guys, get to know them, and it's an extended family. We're all around. The Hell Rider Nation is growing. The fan base is growing. We support the band. You guys put out your lyric video for Powder Kegs and Gasoline, and it's over 5,000 hits in a few days.
Oh, man, yeah.
In this day and age.
That was rewarding,
Yeah. It's amazing that, I see a lot of videos from bands that come out and, they're scraping to get 100, they're scraping to get 200, and bam, you're 5,000 right away.
Yeah, that was very rewarding to see. I'm not too big on the I'm probably out of the band. I'm the worst at following the Facebook and, what we have on YouTube and all the Twitter stuff. So, yeah, one of the guys was like, hey, have you even watched that Powder Keg video? I'm like, no, I recorded the song. I've heard it enough, We're going to rehearse it later. It's like, well, just go to the page. And I went on, and I was like, whoa, man, I looked, it was like 4,600 or something. I was pretty happy. That was just like a couple of days ago or just right after we released it. So that was nice. I got a kick out of that. Makes you feel good. Hopefully that'll carry on and have some steam into the tour and sell some extra tickets, get people out, to meet us and hang out and see our show. So that was real rewarding to be able to see that.
That is for me too. It means a lot to see you guys succeed, and the people. You guys have a grassroots movement of people supporting you. That that you guys are near and dear to. Not just me. I know there's a lot of people. People even had Scattered Hamlet Inc. done. And I know several people that have gone from state to state to see you guys play. They'll see one play, and then they'll see. In fact, we did it one time. You guys played, and then we left right after the show and caught you the following night in California. So that's a thing when people do that.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, the tattoos and everything. That was, we'd heard about it and we'd seen pictures, but for the first time when I actually saw some of the tattoos, there's quite a few of them out there. When someone actually comes up and says, hey, like shows me their forearm or shows me their bicep or something, it's like, wow, that's our brand. That's pretty cool. It's always like, hey, take a T-shirt, take something, I don't care. Take something off the table. Yeah. Hang out with us. Let's get a beer. I'm buying you a beer, man. You've got our logo tattooed on you. That's really, really cool, and it's a kick, man. You get a kick out of that when you see it.
Very cool. All right, man. Scattered Hamlet's brand new record, Skeleton Dixie, out soon. They'll be supporting the new album on the road. Scattered dates for Scattered Hamlet. Make sure you check it out. Go to the Scattered Hamlet page on Facebook. Like the band. If you guys want to join up with the Hell Rider Nation, you can see there's chapters all over. Hit me up, hit Scattered Hamlet up. They'll direct you in the right way. We've been talking to Redd Yoachum, the Texan from Scattered Hamlet. Redd, thanks for calling in, man.
Hey, thanks for talking to me, James.
Cool. We'll see you soon.
All right. Talk to you soon, man.